Aaliyah hated flying, like full-on panic attack hated it. So when a 9-seat Cessna rolled onto the ramp in the Bahamas, she froze. One fight, one headache, and one little blue pill later, she was carried onto that plane half asleep. How did the people hired to keep her safe end up escorting her to her last flight? Here's the argument no one's ever told in full. August 2001. Aaliyah's face was on every screen, every speaker, every magazine rack. Her album had already gone double platinum, and movie scripts were piling up faster than she could read them. She hopped to the Bahamas to shoot the Rock the Boat video, convinced the breezy track would show fans a brand new vibe. The crew wrapped a day early, practically unheard of, and everyone was buzzing. She high-fived dancers on the dock, laughing that she couldn't wait to sleep in her own bed. She never made it home. At sunset, the charter company wheeled out a Cessna 402B that looked more like a hobby kit than an airliner. Aaliyah's bodyguard, Scott Gallen, glanced at the tail sagging toward the tarmac and muttered, "That thing's riding low." Inside the tiny terminal, Aaliyah pulled her team aside. "I'm not boarding that." Hands shaking, she reminded them how a rough flight years earlier had cemented her fear of small planes. Meanwhile, the pilot and co-pilot were already bickering about luggage. Crates of cameras, costume racks, and boxes of souvenir conch shells towered nearby.
"It's too heavy, something feels wrong."
But the label rep flashed the schedule. Studio time locked in New York at 9 a.m. Delays mean overage fees. The ceiling fan clicked overhead like a ticking clock. They squared off in a back room that reeked of jet fuel and damp carpet. Aaliyah, sunglasses still on, stood in the doorway and simply said no. The pilot swore the plane could haul 9 bodies plus cargo. She fired back that if the thing couldn't carry her pup on an earlier hop, it sure couldn't lift 8 adults and a mountain of bags. Voices climbed. The pilot offered to leave 2 crew members behind. "Then who's working the video shoot tomorrow?" she snapped. The label rep pushed harder. "We have a schedule." Aaliyah didn't budge. "I've got a bad feeling." Stress or humidity sparked a splitting headache. A baggage handler handed her a little blue pill. "Calms you right down." She washed it down with lukewarm cola. Minutes later, her knees buckled. Her bodyguard carried her limp frame across the tarmac. She never walked onto that aircraft under her own power, a detail that still keeps survivors awake at night. The Cessna took off at 6:50 p.m., engines coughing. It lifted, lurched left, and nosedived 200 feet past the runway, bursting into flames. All 9 died. Aaliyah and 5 others were gone before firefighters arrived. Wreckage lay twisted, luggage scattered like confetti. The cockpit recorder was too damaged to tell us more, but investigators later found the plane had been overloaded by roughly 900 pounds. The center of gravity sat too far back. Those stabilizers never had a chance. It was, in plain terms, an accident begging to happen. The Bahamian probe revealed the pilot had faked flight logs and shouldn't have been anywhere near the controls. Toxicology, cocaine, and alcohol in his system. The charter company's maintenance logs were missing pages. Inspectors found frayed cables and a history of engine trouble. Aaliyah's family filed a wrongful death suit that quietly settled. Every August, fans still lay flowers at a modest memorial in Marsh Harbor, asking the same aching question. Why didn't anyone listen to the woman who once sang, "Listen to my heart"? If this hit you in the chest, subscribe. There's more truth behind the headlines on the way. Drop a comment telling us which artist you wish were still here, and share this so Aaliyah's final warning rings louder than the music we lost. Aaliyah's gift was trusting her gut. She built hits, moves, and movie roles on that instinct. That same gut screamed the flight was wrong. Schedules, cash, and carelessness drowned out the one voice that mattered. Her death wasn't fate. It was a chain of avoidable choices ending with an argument in a cramped terminal and a pill that silenced her forever. Remember her not just for the voice we lost, but for the warning we should have heeded.